What are, in your opinion, the most effective treatments for extending lifespan?
For all the treatments, it really makes sense to have a very good basis. So first, to figure out how you should do sports, how you should eat, which kind of supplements you should take. And once everything's settled there, then I think from the treatments we offer here as well, the oxygen treatments are probably the most effective ones. So either hyperbaric oxygen chamber or altitude training, so IHHT that's called. And those two show very good results in different studies. And you could also combine them with red light therapy, because both treatments work on mitochondria, which are the powerhouses of your body's cells. And the red light even enhances the effect of the oxygen treatments.
Your treatments are not cheap. What advice can you give to someone who cannot afford these luxury longevity treatments? What can they do?
I would always recommend to undergo a test so that you know where your strength and also your weaknesses and risks are. And then you can do a lot on your own already. So even after our checks, we give a lot of advice on how to train, how to eat, how to reduce stress, and what supplements you could take. And all this you can do on your own at home. But it's of course easier when you know what to do and how to do it, because then you need much less effort to do it.
Do you see some challenges or risks associated with longevity treatments?
Well, most treatments, or the more you know your body, the more targeted the treatments can be done. And I think the biggest risk might be that some people do some treatments that are not very good for them. For example, young women doing throughout the whole month very cold exposure, like cold plunges, because this can mess up with their hormones. So there are some things, not everything you read on the internet is really suitable to you and really makes sense to your body.
Are there any specific lifestyle changes what makes the biggest difference in longevity?
This is of course very personal, because not every person has the same risk factors as another person. But I think in general the data shows that your VO2 max, so your endurance value or endurance parameters, and also your muscle strength have the biggest impact on your longevity. So if you would like to do something, then get stronger and run longer and faster.
Are there any specific habits that you personally follow for longevity?
Yes, I started to train differently. So before I just went jogging, and now I do interval training and also a little bit of muscle training, because strength is also a very relevant parameter. And I try to avoid snacking throughout the day. So I try to eat 3 big meals throughout the day and do not snack in between too much.
What's the difference between anti-aging and longevity?
I think longevity focuses more on your general health, so also your inner health parameters, whereas anti-aging is more about the outer appearance. But of course, if you have a very good and healthy metabolism, if you have a good muscle mass and muscle strength, then you will also age slower on the outside.
What role does genetics play in longevity, and how much is lifestyle?
Current research shows that genetics make up to 20% of longevity. We also test for genetic risk factors, and knowing these risk factors, we know how to mitigate the risks, so we can even bring these 20% a little bit more down. But in total, this means that at least 80% you have in your own hands, because 80% is lifestyle.